Welcome to Newman Catholic High School in Wausau. I'm Chris Conley. Got a good one tonight, getting ready for boys basketball on a Tuesday evening. Newman Catholic against the Assumption Royals. Newman comes in with a 5-0 record, and they've won their 3 conference games so far, but tonight's game is going to be shaped by injury. Newman's got 3 players injured, including their leading scorer, senior Mason Prey. We'll take inventory when they get over to the bench after the shoot-around, see who else is not available tonight. And they've got a tough opponent. Assumption's played 4 games. They've won 3 of them. They've won both of their conference games. And, maybe the 2 meetings between these 2 schools, this one and when they meet down at Assumption later on, that could determine who the South Division champion is this year. And again, Newman comes out. It's just unfortunate that they don't have all their guns loaded for tonight's game. We're going to start a little early. The JV game ended early, and with that wintry mix that's expected to move into the area tonight, I think everyone's going to appreciate that. One of 8 games along our Zaleski Sports channels tonight, so we're glad you're starting with us. Sample this one for a couple of minutes. If your game's not going to start until 7:15 or 7:30, that sounds like a good strategy. Basketball tonight is brought to you by Ag Country Farm Credit Services. It's a farmer-owned cooperative with a wide array of custom financing and financial services, from loans and leases to crop insurance and tax and records. They have you covered. Contact Ag Country, Wausau, Stevens Point, Marshfield, and Medford. I've said this before, I love the small gym atmosphere for high school basketball, and that's what we've got here at Newman. Just off to our left is the stage. This is their auditorium when it's not their gymnasium. There is one very big college basketball program that their home arena has a stage off to one side. You know which one it is? It is Georgetown in Washington, D.C. And they play most of their games at that arena that the Washington Wizards play in, but they always play 1 or 2 on campus. And, off to one side, missed free throw or an air ball goes up onto the stage and sometimes rolls behind the curtain. Maybe we'll have some of that before tonight's game is done. The Royals are in their road royal blue with white numerals. Wausau Newman, I love the look. It's the white uniforms with the powder blue and the cardinal red. Shoot-around is wrapping up. We'll meet our starting lineups. We'll have our national anthem, and then we'll get today's boys basketball game underway. Wausau Newman against Assumption. Back after a quick break on Zaleski Sports.
Grassland Dairy Products is your match for an exciting new career today. Go to grassland.com to see the opportunities waiting for you. Browse through careers like CDL truck driver, shipping and receiving, line tech, quality assurance, forklift, maintenance tech, inventory associates, and more. Great compensation, weekly pay, and 0 premium company-paid health, dental, and life. Apply now at grassland.com or in person at Grassland Dairy Products, Fairground Avenue, just south of Greenwood.
At Express Employment Professionals, we place people from all walks of life in all kinds of jobs.
Hi, welcome to Express. Please sign in and have a seat.
Great, thanks. Great, thanks. Great, thanks. Great, thanks.
Newman and Assumption boys basketball underway in just a few moments. Assumption's the deeper team. Again, Newman is just depleted because of injury. And I believe that Newman's going to have either just 9 or 10 players available tonight. And when you're without your leading scorer, Mason Prey is good for at least 20 points a night. He's their number 1 kid. So not only is it points that you have to make up, Prey is on the floor almost the entire night, so that's a huge number of minutes that 1 or 2 other guys have to fill. It's a lot of shots over the course of a game, too. And you're just asking someone to step into a role that they don't normally play, and we'll see if Newman can overcome that. Again, they're off to a 5-0 start, so there's some quality there, but they're missing a big piece. From the Wausau Newman Gymnasium, crowd comes to its feet. Let's go down to courtside for the national anthem.
and our national anthem. God our Father, you have blessed us with many gifts and talents. Please help us to represent you in our attitudes and actions. Please bless today's game, protect these athletes from injury, and grant them the strength to pursue excellence tonight. We ask this in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. The national anthem.
I'm Chris Conley, and it's really great to be back at the Newman Gym. You know, it was a year ago that I did my first Zaleski sports game right here. I was asked to fill in. It was lots of fun, and then during the beautiful summer months, got a chance to do a couple of American Legion games, and now, heck, this is how I spend all my spare time. Wouldn't think of doing anything else.
Number 1, senior Frank Maytop.
Assumption starting 5 being introduced. There's senior Frank Maytot. Ryan Shaw's another senior.
Number 14, senior
Jack Klatt.
Number 20, senior Blake Lobner. Number 24, senior
Blake Lobner
Lieberg.
and Nick Lieberg. Not a lot of height for Assumption.
And now for your home team, Newman Cardinals. Number 2, senior forward Thomas Bates.
Thomas Bates out for Wausau Newman.
Number 3, senior forward Jackson Fender.
There's Jackson Fender.
Number 10, senior forward Connor Crock.
Connor Crotch comes out.
Number 23, senior guard Isaac Seidel.
Isaac Seidel and Elijah Gustafson. 5 seniors for the Cardinals.
Cardinals head coach is Jeff Walpole.
All right, here we go. A wintry mid-December night in central Wisconsin. A perfect night to be indoors for high school basketball. Gustafson will jump for Newman, Lieberg for the Royals, and we're all set. Whistle sounds, ball in the air. We're underway. Newman possesses first. Moving to our right, beg your pardon, on our Zaleski Sports camera. Assumption comes out man to man. On the perimeter, good rotation play down low and points for Elijah Gustafson. Seidel feeds Gustafson, and Newman scores on its first touch. See if Assumption has an early answer. Newman looks like they're looking to trap in the corner, so pick up the dribble, be careful. 2 men may come over to the ball. Newman bench encouraging the defense. Yeah, ball along the sideline. There you go. 2 players come over. In traffic to the weak side. That's a nice pass, too, and Ryan Shaw scores. So both teams find the entry pass on the weak side on their first possessions. We're tied 2 apiece, 1:45 in. Cut off on the baseline, back out. And I think both teams sense that these are teams that may be near the top of the standings at the end of the year, so they're kind of feeling each other out. Miss from the wing for Jackson Fender, offensive rebound. Another 3-ball high, arcing off the back rim for Seidel, and we've got a loose ball foul. It's against the Cardinals. Foul goes against Thomas Bates. And the Royals will walk the ball up, tied 2 apiece. Yeah, Newman's got an unusual, they're out in a 1-3-1 zone. And that top player on the 1 and the players on the wing are looking to trap. Turnover, and Newman's got it. No numbers here, splitting defenders. That ball needed to be backed out. So Seidel misses at the rim and then fouls while going for the loose ball out of frustration. Yeah, it's one player with the ball. The Royals had 3 players back, so you've got to back that away. Fender picks up the foul. Early substitution. Lobner is out for Assumption. JT Schlaffer is the player who checked in. So when the double team comes, when the ball's in the corner, somebody's got to be open. The Royals got to find that someone. Or someone without the ball's got to rotate to the basket. There's the double team. Entry pass, that's well played. Almost a 3-point play. Free throws are coming up for Nick LeBerg. We're sponsored by Heartland Farms. No one knows potatoes in Wisconsin quite like Heartland Farms. Roots in Amherst, now based in Hancock, a 5th-generation potato and vegetable farm producing many varieties of chipping potatoes. They're farming 27,000 irrigated acres and growing. The best in the potato business. Heartland.farms. Heartland.farm. Elijah Gustafson was called for the foul. And Nick LeBerg eyes the rim for his second free throw. Left that one short. Connor Cratch up for the rebound. Clears the boards for Newman. 15 and a half to go in the first half. So how is Newman doing without Mason Prey? They're doing all right in the early stages. Trying to set a screen for Fender. Nothing came of it. Entry pass to double team. Stepped on the baseline. No, pushed. Isaac Seidel got the ball with very little space to operate. Scorer's table is not sure who the foul is on. It's Ryan Shaw. That's not the greatest foul on Shaw. When your opponent is that close to the end line, you want to guard him close and not bump him. See if he goes out of bounds on his own. Rotation down low, scoring. Gustafson. Lead change early on, 4-3 at the 15-minute mark. Yeah, against the zone, the Royals seem a little uncertain. You want to be patient, you want to look for a seam. Again, there's the double team, so back out. There's the open man, 3 round and out. Everything but the finish for Ryan Shaw. Rebound for Gustafson. Splitting defenders to the rim, foul before the shot. Cratch was trying to go to the rim. This will be inbounded on the side in front of the student section. Now underneath. Klatt called for the foul. Schleffler comes out. Jack Wiedmeyer, a junior, comes in. Again, Gustafson, who's got the ball now, he's the matchup problem. He's a big kid. Made his first 2 shots and misses that one at the rim. Travel. Frank Matat, not sure if he wanted to drive or pull up, and that moment of indecision shuffled his feet. And the Royals going to use some of their depth. LeBerg comes out. Cade Stats, another senior, comes in. Under 14 to play in what's been a low-scoring first half so far. Gustafson, no look at a travel. I'm not sure that Jackson Fender was sure that he was going to get the ball there. Newman switches up man-to-man now. So different defensive set in this half-court trip. So someone fast enough to drive the big man with a turnover. Gustafson scores. Steal and a basket. Gustafson's got all 6 points. So who's picking up the slack? The big kid. And again, Gustafson, just look at him. He's big, so he's a matchup problem. Driving, scoring, there's an answer. Ryan Shaw. Under 13 to play in the first half. And turned over. Got a whistle. Foul on what was going to be numbers on a breakaway, so this will be non-shooting. And instead a half-court set. Thomas Bates, Newman's starter, and again, Newman's got a depth issue tonight. There's a starter who's picked up 2 fouls. Out he goes. Freshman, Lucas Pfiffner is in. Pfiffner and Quincy Fender, 2 freshmen on the varsity roster for Newman. Schleffler, who we already saw, and Chase LeBerg, 2 freshmen who play on the varsity for Assumption. Assumption looking to take the lead back. Nope, a travel. They don't even get a look at the basket. Turnovers are now even, 3 apiece. We're sponsored by Crystal Finishing Systems, a family-owned business, hiring at both their Weston and Mosinee locations with the openings in manufacturing, fabrication, management, customer service, and more. Join the Crystal Finishing team. Learn more online, crystalfinishing.com. Gustafson again, this time stripped and turns the ball over. Back at the other way, a lot of contact, no call. Ball's loose, picked up, and on the weak side, a basket for Cade Stats. Second lead change here in the early stages. Royals on top, 12 minutes to go. A whistle away from the ball. What's this? No foul called here. The officials saw 2 players jawing. Seidel and Stats were saying something to each other as they went their way up the floor, and the official calls just a brief timeout to settle that down. I don't know, actually that's good officiating. Rolling around, and Seidel, mouth closed, basket in, 8-7. What's good about this team, not only have both teams accomplished a lot in the early parts of the season, both arrive here thinking they can win this game if they play their best. So this game's going to be about execution. Shot there is short from Shaw, offensive rebound. Second shot at the rim, Blake Lobner can't finish. Gustafson's got the rebound for Newman and now has the ball in the front court. Assumption, just from the early trends, they're great at getting back on defense. You're not going to get a lot of transition points against this team. Baseline 3, kind of unsettled, and it cost him the shot. Offensive rebound off the Fender miss. Yeah, Fender is a little unset with his feet, and a lot of times when you're unsettled, you miss that long-range three. Foul on the Royals here on Frank Matot. It's the team's fourth. Common foul. Newman inbounds underneath their own basket, right in front of the stage. Back to the inbounds man. That's a nice play. Connor Cratch scores. 10-7. Got a football game going now. 10.5 to go until halftime. Looking to drive in. Schaffler gives it up. And Newman's in man after opening in zone to the rim. Got to call a block there. Schaffler will get to the free throw line. Hit on the arm as he was going. Jackson Fender has picked up his second foul. And again, Newman, with all the injuries, doesn't want to have to use the deep bench tonight. But we're not sure how deep it is. Scheffler hits his first free throw, another's coming. Fleet Farm says get crazy low pricing on toys. Going on now at Fleet Farm, 50% off all toys. Top brands, Barbie, Melissa and Doug, Lego and Nerf. Don't forget you always get the lowest prices with the Fleet Farm Price Match Guarantee. See the store or fleetfarm.com for details. Schaffler makes both of his free throws, a 10-9 game. This possession will bring us under 10 minutes to play in the first half. Driving in, cut off. That's a tough shot, and he hits it anyway. 3-point chance for Isaac Seidel. He's fading backwards. He's got a man in his face, and he's stuck it and gets to the free throw line. Pretty as a picture. Ryan Shaw fouled him. Three-point play completed, and this 4-point lead is the biggest edge of the night so far. So it's been tight. And Assumption will take a timeout. Thinking that, in a tight game, do you want to go down by 6, 7, 8? No, so this is an important possession. We'll take a break, too. This is high school basketball on Zaleski Sports.
What Heartland Farms is a large potato and vegetable operation. Who Heartland Farms is a group of hardworking, dedicated people who have a common vision.
Heartland Farms is an accumulation of individuals who came from family farm backgrounds, grew up on family farms, and now have come together as one larger team to own and manage a much larger farm enterprise.
And you wonder where the potato chips come from. Now you know. Basketball tonight's also brought to you by Purple Mountain Solutions, your business's go-to for public and private warehousing, product delivery, whatever it is you're shipping, you know you can depend on Purple Mountain Solutions to get it there safely and efficiently. I'm Chris Conley. Always good to see our friends here at Newman Catholic High School. Assumption's got the ball and a 4-point deficit. Klatt and Newman settles back into the trapping zone. So a new defensive look, and that's a kick. Assumption will keep possession. Driving in, passing on the three, and missing at the rim is Klatt. Rebound to Connor Crack. Newman's been really solid on the defensive boards. Assumption has not had a lot of second chance looks. So Newman with a chance to stretch out this lead. I'd want to be deliberate, look for a good shot. No, 3-ball popped and good. Like I said, what you want to do is stick the three. That's the freshman, Lucas Pfiffner. An answer three, good. Frank Matot. So the teams trade trays, 16-12 at the 9-minute mark. And that's what's kind of been missing so far in the game. Which team's going to heat up from the outside? Tried to get that ball inside to Gustafson. He saved the possession but lost his position underneath. Cardinals back out to reset. Weak side, small kid, freshman goes back out. Gustafson, wow, he picked up that back foot. He traveled and it's not called. Entry pass inside and Seidel converts it to points on the no call. Isaac's got 7 to lead all scorers. And here's the 6-point lead now for the Cardinals. Cross court. Wow, Matot hit the 3 before, passed on that, drives in, and misses from the baseline. Again, another one-and-done trip. Cratch cleared the boards. Yeah, Newman's got a rebounding edge, and they've been a little bit better than Assumption from the outside. But, outside shooting is streaky, so that can change as we go through the night. Tried to get that down low to Gustafson. Fiffner tried to fit it into a tight spot and turned it over. It's Newman's 5th turnover in the first half. Need good ball movement here, and they're looking to trap out of this zone. Bounced over, open for a 3, no good. Shaw, who's now 0 for 2 from behind the arc. Again, no second looks for Assumption. Yeah, Newman can bump the lead up to 8 or 9, depending on what they do on this possession. Gustafson picked up his dribble and now finds his teammate. Cross court off a Gustafson screen, no good. Open, right idea. Fiffner, the freshman. Now under 7 minutes, line drive 3, hits the side of the backboard. Scheffler, the freshman. So 2 freshmen pop at either side of the floor, and neither able to get it to go down. The Frosch will go out, and Blake Lobner, a senior, will come in. And the other freshman, Fiffner, comes out, and Thomas Bates has 2 fouls, comes in. So Newman is gambling that Bates, full court press, almost turned over. They're gambling that Bates won't pick up his 3rd. To the rim, tough shot, and off the back is Connor Pratt. That pass almost stolen. Back out, 3-ball, could cut the lead in half, off the front rim for Matot. Offensive rebound, another look at the rim, 3-ball, line drive, no good. Boy, a rare second chance shot for the Royals tonight. Klatt missed the follow-up 3. And it is Wausau Newman wants a timeout. I like this timeout now. Second time they've possessed the ball up by 6. So for the first time, they're looking to bump this up to a 3-possession lead. 6:19 left of the first half. We'll take a break too. Assumption and Newman on Zaleski Sports.
Winter's coming fast, which means it's time to hit the trails. Bill's Service Center has all things you need to stay warm and dry on the trails this winter. With a full selection of jackets, bibs, helmets, boots, casual wear. And don't forget that Bill's is your chainsaw safety gear headquarters. Bill's Service Center is your one-stop connection for all your cold weather riding gear.
Don't freeze your jingle bells off. Get your cold weather riding gear at Bill's Service Center. Bill's Service Center, where the adventure begins.
Elite Auto Care is a family-owned business providing top-notch car care to the Schofield, Weston, and Wausau area. They deliver honest and professional automotive repair and maintenance services with quality ASE certified technicians that you can trust. Elite Auto Care offers the latest technology and is equipped to handle all major and minor repairs on both foreign and domestic vehicles. From general maintenance, air conditioning and brakes to exhaust, axle repair, tires, or just a simple oil change. Turn to Elite Auto Care, your local family-owned auto business on Schofield Avenue in Schofield.
Welcome back to the Newman Catholic Gym. I'm Chris Conley. Newman, no Mason Prey, leading scorer, injured. Is going to be out for an extended period of time. And yet the Cardinals still have a 6-point lead and the ball. Pass down low, in traffic, double team, triple team, a miss. Gustafson got the rebound for a moment and then turned it over. Collapsing defense against the big man. Outside 3. Yeah, the last 3 from behind the arc have been missed for the Royals. Lobner missed there. Ball's out of bounds. Will stay Newman ball at the 6-minute mark. Sutton Transport in Weston is your local family-owned trucking company specializing in next-day LTL delivery and national volume LTL services. Rest assured, getting your freight to its destination safely and timely. Sutton Transport Weston, fueled by 40 years of great service with a personal touch. Wow, that should be a block? I don't know. Connor Cratch was clearly using that elbow to create separation. That's supposed to be a point of emphasis. The Royals player was not set, but the elbow looked pretty obvious. Foul called on Shaw, team's 5th. Shaw's got 2. Along the baseline, Bates gets it back. Back out. Does the big man have the range? Yes, sir. Elijah Gustafson, who now leads all scorers with 9. The 3 other baskets have all come from inside, and that'll give you a moment of pause when the big man shows some range also. Biggest lead of the night at 9 points with 5 minutes to go, so Assumption sure doesn't want to fall further behind. Travel. Lobner looked around like he thought he was hit. They're going to say he shuffled his feet first. Not much going Assumption's way right now. They've been stuck on 12 for a while. Gustafson now looks to drive, gets inside, makes an extra pass. Almost a step back 3. And turned over there. That's the only thing that's been not so good about Newman. They've turned the ball over 7 times. The turnover leads to a Ryan Shaw basket on the other end. 21-14, 4.5 until halftime. 3 ball, arcing, no good. Boy, that looked good off the hands of Isaac Seidel. Got 7, would have been the first player to double figures. And Bates, a Newman starter on a night when they're not deep, Bates has just picked up his 3rd foul. I think it's going to be on him. Yeah, it is. Lucas Piffner, the freshman, comes back in. Assumption goes into the bonus the next time Newman fouls him with 4:15 and counting. Almost turned over on the inbounds pass. Almost turned over, and Gustafson, who commits that foul, is going to send the Royals to the foul line shooting a 1-and-1. Foundation Finance says now is your chance to work with a company that really understands growth. Foundation Finance has grown every year since they started in 2012, and they have great full-time and part-time openings. Start a job making the money you need, flexible scheduling, a close-knit family, and benefits that start from day one. Learn more at foundationfinance.com. Stats misses the front end of the 1-and-1, so that turns out to be an empty trip down the floor. Got Gustafson, who's been a big, he's on the floor with 2 fouls. And we got an offensive foul down low. Seidel just picked up his 1st. So back-to-back Newman fouls kind of leaves the door open for Assumption to get back in this. Down 7, and the Royals get the ball. Newman switched this up some zone defensively, man-to-man now. Driving in, Matot hangs in the lane, left it short. That was pretty good defense from Jackson Fender. Got him to change his shot. Gustafson could have split defenders, goes back out. 3 ball from the wing, fading backwards, cracked, no good. Long rebound in the lane. Connor again off the back bracket. The boards are cleared by the Royals freshman, Schaffler. Schaffler looks to drive, kicks it back out. Schaffler gets it back. Open for a 3. round and out. Matot hit one earlier, missed that one. 3 minutes to go and still a 7-point lead. I mean, however this works out, this is going to be a game that'll be decided in the second half. Wouldn't have it any other way as two good teams meet. Now, Assumption still has a foul to give. This will be non-shooting. Frank Matot is called for his second. He'll go out. Don't want him to pick up his third. Blake Lobner, senior for senior, comes back in. Better inbounds pass, and Crack would have popped the three. Instead, Connor down low feeds Gustafson, who's the first player to double digits. He's got 11. Almost a turnover. Three ball, high, arcing, it's contested, no good. Tapped around, offensive rebound. Stats got a hand on that and tipped it over to his teammate Scheffler, driving to the rim, scoring. Wiedmeyer, the juniors come off the bench, got that one to go down. 23-16, 2 minutes until halftime. Three ball here. Gustafson has hit again. He's got 14. The scoreboard's got him for 11, which means they've denied him one of his threes, and he's hit twice from behind the arc. An answer from three-point range, tough shot from the baseline. Lobner misses, and Wausau Newman on a 10-point lead and the ball, looking to open things up in the closing moments of the first half. 96 seconds until halftime. Back after this break on Zaleski Sports.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call to your first sip to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
When the last thing you need to happen does. One of our 16 mobile service trucks from Sherrill Tire and Service Center can keep you rolling and growing. Sherrill Tire and Service Center, your locally owned farm tire specialist.
Sherrill Tire and Service, keep growing and rolling with us.
Find your location at SherrillTire.com.
Wausau Newman has the ball after this timeout. I'm Chris Conley, and the Cardinals would love the spot they're in if they get points here and take a little time off the clock in the moments before halftime. 1.5 to go in the first half. At halftime, do we have a Coach on the Couch feature? Yes, we do. Coach on the Couch is oddly named because sometimes it's coach in front of the trophy case, or one of them's even coach in a car. You know, however we can get them here at Zaleski Sports. Newman's patient with the 10-point lead. Clock is rolling to 1 minute in the first half. Gustafson here, one dribble and back out. Newman's not necessarily holding for a last shot. They're running offense, but they're taking a lot of time off. Pass down low, reach in. And that's going to put Newman on the free throw line. 7th team foul. The freshman, J.T. Scheffler, is called for it. Jackson Fender will shoot the 1-and-1. Jackson's the senior. No good. Get this lead down to single digits if Assumption can score here. Cut off on the baseline is Shaw. Nice pass and no finish for Jack Wiedmeyer. Boy, you need that to go down. Good pass, good feed, got good position on the weak side, but no points. Clock's running down to 15, 14, 13. Cardinals hold for a final shot, up by 10. Down to 5 seconds, 4. It's go time now. Baseline. Gustafson for another 3, no good. The putback would have counted if it goes, no good. So a miss from 3 and a miss underneath, and we are at halftime. You know, the Royals have only 16 points at the intermission, so they'll have to do more in the second half. Cardinals by 10 at halftime. Coach on the couch next. This is Tuesday night boys high school basketball on Zaleski Sports.
For years, our Stone Innovations customers told us they love our countertops, but only wanted to deal with one company for their entire kitchen project. Well, we've heard you. So now Stone Innovations can give you a brand new kitchen with the same high quality products, selection, expertise we've been giving you for years. And now we can give you that brand new kitchen in just 1 week. After sitting down with our designers, picking out cabinets, countertops, and flooring, it will only take us 1 week to install everything. Stone Innovations, new kitchens in just 1 week.
At Nicolay Bank, we believe that our hometown communities are the backbone of what makes Wisconsin special. From Crivets to Manitowoc and Algoma to Grand Chute, you see a thriving community with Nicolay Bank working as a partner, acting not as a corporation, but a community. When we serve together with local entrepreneurs and leaders, great things happen. That is our guiding principle. A strong and successful hometown means a strong and successful Wisconsin. We are proud to be a part of that. Nicolay Bank. Real people, real conversations.
Today's Coach on the Couch is sponsored by Mid-State Technical College. Spring into your future at mstc.edu.
Welcome to Coach on the Couch. I'm Steve Mavis alongside Assumption Boys basketball head coach Josh Poltz. Coach, we usually ask coaches how many years you've been coaching, what keeps you coming back. But you're in just your second year at the head of the boys basketball program here. Just talk about your first year under your belt.
Yeah, last year was an absolute blast. When the job opening came up a couple years ago, there was no doubt in my mind that I wanted to go apply for it, and the school means so much to me and my family, and especially this boys program. I learned a ton being on the girls staff for those 5-6 years, and I couldn't ask for a better first year with the group of boys I had. We're just going to keep building off of that.
Just talk about those seniors that you had last year to welcome you into the boys program.
Yeah, those are a special group of boys that'll forever have a special spot in my heart. They're boys that showed up, and they had 3 years with a different coach, and this new guy comes in, and they could have gone a different direction than the direction they did end up going, and they showed up every day, worked their tails off, always respected me, and we had a blast, and those kids will have a bright future.
And obviously you don't want to keep going backwards, but what made last year, if it was a success for you and the boys, just getting a couple more wins for those kids?
Yeah, as soon as we started, as soon as I started, my coach staff came in, we didn't even want to talk about the previous 3 years with those seniors, 2 years with the juniors. We just started fresh, opened up a fresh notebook and started from the beginning, and I hate losing. I know a lot of people say that, but I enjoy the process of doing the things the right way. I hate losing more than I enjoy winning, so from day one, I told the boys last year, don't worry about what your previous records were. We're going to show up every day, start fresh, and the rest will take care of itself.
And now we look forward, recording this now, we've got 2 games under the belt after the Cranberry Classic, going up to Phillips tonight. What have you liked out of this year's group for the first couple weeks? Yeah,
I love the energy. I love the energy out of these boys. Like I said, top 8 players are senior, or 6 of the top 8 are seniors. They understand what it takes to win. What to do, what coach expects out of them. It's nice when I can roll the ball out and say, go play ball. This time last year, we were still learning and teaching and doing new things defensively and offensively. And this year, we're already 3 to 6 weeks ahead of schedule compared to last year. So I love the boys' intensity. The boys want to go out with a bang. At the end of the day, they're teenage boys, so myself and my coach staff will continue to do our job and make sure they stay in line, and sky's the limit with this group.
And just talk about expectations. Obviously, a conference title hasn't been on the mind of these boys for probably ever in basketball. Football, a very successful year this year for a bunch of these kids. Just talk about expectations on the court this year.
Yeah, the boys know what to expect out of me. I just expect them to give me their absolute best every day in practice and in games. We don't worry about wins and losses right now. Every game we try to go in and be 1-0. We don't look ahead to any teams. We all know how the new computer seedings work, so we understand that each game against those teams are very important. But if you start looking at scores and start doing that kind of things, it's not the right way of doing things around here. So we just expect the boys to show up every day, work their tails off, and the wins and losses will take care of themselves.
And 1 year under your belt in the Merriwood South, you saw it on the girls' side. Can't ever take a night off. Merriwood North as well. You going up to Phillips tonight?
Yeah, I love the Merriwood. There's been some rumors going around that we might be going to CWC, and I love exactly where we're at. It's an absolute gauntlet every single year. This year might be one of the best years from top to bottom, north and south, Merriwood's ever seen. There's not an easy game. There's not a game you can take off. There's not a night that you don't have a game and you shouldn't be scouting someone. It's constant work for 4.5, 5 straight months. Yeah, the Merriwood's special conference that we do enjoy being in.
And now looking at the roster, you mentioned 6 of the 8 players or role players, I guess, in the rotation are seniors. Just talk about the roster a little bit.
Yeah, so obviously we're led by Mr. Ryan Shaw. That kid is a coach's dream. It's a parent's dream to have him as your own kid. He's just fantastic. You got Nick Lieberg right behind him, and Cade Stats underneath, Jack Klott and Francis Maytott and Blake Loebner. It's just a fantastic group of boys who've gone through the gauntlets. The first 2.5 years, they didn't win a lot, in all sports. We talked about football earlier, but these boys have started from the bottom, and they're climbing, and they're climbing and climbing, and that's our goal every single day. And then you got Jack Wiedemeyer, who we love him. He's our kid that you tell him what to do, he'll do it to a T. He absolutely works his tail off on defense. Just a kid that we absolutely love in this program. And then our young buck, JT, I'm going to lose more hair than I'm already losing right now with him out there. But it's a kid with so much talent. He doesn't realize it yet. And we're going to be hard on him and coach him up. And we'll see how far we can go this year. But we are extremely pleased where we're at through 2 games with the squad we have. And every day our goals get better.
In take one, last week that we had, which didn't record, we talk about once in a lifetime opportunity at the end of January, going down to Pfizer Forum against a rivalry like Port Edwards. Just talk about that experience. Obviously, you haven't had it yet, and it's still 2 months away. Just talk about having that experience.
Yeah, we're pretty jacked up about that. We're all very close. Beck does a phenomenal job over there. Stout Pole's the AD. Obviously, we're very close with him. And for the boys, especially the seniors that go out and be able to play on that arena against Port Edwards, where both teams are going to be fighting for playoff seedings at that time of the year, it's going to be a very special weekend, very special game. And I couldn't be more proud just to be a part of it.
Before we let you go, before we get on the bus and head up to Phillips, just if people want to come out and watch the Assumption boys this year, what gets you and the team and the coaching staff and people at school jacked up about these boys?
Yeah, they're an exciting group. It's a lot up and down on the floor. They're going to bring the energy. I'm going to bring the energy. It's a group of boys that really care about their teammates and their families and their school. They play for each other. It's a great group of kids. I know we got this wonderful thing called Zaleski Sports, but come watch it live. It's going to be a fun time this year.
We're going to have a number of games, probably all year long, including when we head down to Milwaukee at the Pfizer Forum at the end of January, when we can see these Assumption boys. Hopefully get this recording up or on the bus heading up to Phillips. You can watch that game tonight, 5:45 on Zaleski Sports. For Josh Pultz, Steve Maves, we'll see you next time here on Zaleski Sports.
Thank you for helping Abbey Bank become the most highly recommended community bank.
Thank you to all of our customers for helping us be successful.
Thank you for putting your trust in us.
Thank you for your loyalty.
Thank you for helping us support our communities.
We are grateful for customers like you.
Thank you to all of our customers. We hope to see you soon.
Halftime, Newman's got a 10-point lead, and they're going to wind up going straight to their bench with no shoot-around. They're late coming out of the locker room. Assumption, with only 16 points in the first half, has been shooting around for a while. I'm Chris Conley. Royal and Cardinals fans, thanks for having me tonight. Let's take a look at our first half leading scorers. Elijah Gustafson, the Newman senior, leads all scorers with 14. Isaac Seidel's got 7. 3 for the freshman Lucas Fiffner and 2 for Connor Crack. 3 threes for the Cardinals, 1 for 2 from the foul line. They've turned the ball over 7 times. Again, it's kind of thin for Assumption. Ryan Shaw leads them with 6. 3 for Frank Matot, 2 points each for Jack Wiedmeyer, JT Schaffler, and Cade Stats, 1 for Nick Lieberg. Royals are 3 for 4 from the foul line and 1 3-pointer. Assumption gets the ball to start the second half. Can you dig out of a 10-point hole? Yes, but what kind of changes the thinking is when you only have 16. I mean, it feels different if you're down by 10 and it's a 42-32 game at halftime. That's not the way this game has been played. Play is in, second half is underway. Newman, zone, trap, beat it well. Maybe that's something you talked about in the locker room. Good feed underneath. Jack Klatt. Extra pass, found the man on the weak side, and the 10-point lead is 8. It's a good first possession for the Royals in the second half. Newman had this up to a double-digit lead twice in the first half. Spinning, driving, a foul. Isaac Seidel gets to the free throw line. We're sponsored by Express Employment. Find your next career path with just a phone call to Express Employment Professionals. They have locations in Wausau, Stevens Point, Marshfield. No matter where you are in central Wisconsin, save yourself time. Find your next employer. Online at expresspros.com. Jack Klatt was called for the foul. It's his second. Isaac Seidel, who now has 8 points, and now he's got 9. Gets both the free throws, bumps the lead back up to 10. Shaw on the high dribble. The other number 3, Fender, guards him, got him trapped underneath, tough angle, fights for his own rebound, blocked. Elijah Gustafson keeps that out of his kitchen. Inbounded underneath. Gustafson's had a great game at a turnover on the inbounds pass. 1 minute into the second half. If Newman gets points, they'll have their biggest lead of the night. Seidel to the rim, clean block. Gustafson tries to follow, misses. And the Royals come away. So Assumption sure did tighten up the defense that trip down the floor. Entry pass down low, working the ball inside. A miss underneath for Shaw. Contested, but you need those points. Almost turned that over. I'm not sure you want Gustafson ball handling in that spot. Bates now over to Fender. Bates is playing with 3 fouls. 3 ball, high, arcing, no good. Rebound to Bates, goes back out, another 3, that one's no good. Another offensive rebound, basket and a foul. Newman is dominating the boards. It's one of the differences in the game right now. And Ryan Shaw has picked up his 3rd foul. Goes to the bench. Jack Wiedmeyer comes in. Three-point play completed, and it's a 13-point lead. 16 minutes to go. Driving to the rim, contested too hard. Gustafson clears the boards. Assumption's back on defense. Out of bounds, it'll stay Newman's ball. Looked like Connor Cratch lost the ball there. Tipped out by that Royal player underneath. Gustafson in traffic with the left hand scores. He now has 16. Boy, do the Royals want a timeout now, as this is moving in the wrong direction. 15-point hole. Trailed by 10 at halftime. Down by that and half as many more. Wow, that was open on a good pass from a three and no release from Jack Klatt. Instead, Matot misses. Gustafson, who's Mr. Everything, got the rebound there and now looks to drive. Gustafson is stripped. He'll go to the foul line. 2 free throws coming up. We're brought to you by Foundation Finance. Now is your chance to work with a company that really understands growth. Foundation Finance has grown every year since they started in 2012, and they have great full-time and part-time positions. Start a job making money you need with flexible scheduling and a close-knit, fun-loving group, and full-time benefits start from day one. Learn more at foundationfinance.com. Gustafson was fouled by Nick LeBerg. He'll get one more free throw. Missed them both. Lots of time left, but at some point, Assumption's got to get this in the right direction. Contested drive, falling hard to the floor. Matot's going to get 2. Let's see. Bates was in the neighborhood. Yeah, that foul's on Bates. It's his 4th. Going to go to the bench. Matot gets 2 free throws. No good. Assumption's been outscored 7-1 since halftime. Quincy Fender, freshman, comes in for Bates with the 4 fouls, and that one's no good. So that's an empty trip. Crack gets the rebound. Jackson Fender brings it into the front court. Assumption's playing tighter defense, looking for some turnovers or points in transition. Again, Newman, considering the injuries, they played very well tonight, but that is a travel. No, foul. Jack Wiedmeyer is called for his 2nd, team's 3rd. Off the inbounds, no good. Up goes JT Schleffler for the rebound. In transition, that should be a goaltend. Yes, it is. Got that right. Made possible by Schaffler's really, really good outlet pass. Again, what does Assumption need? More points in transition. Newman coach wants an explanation, but that's the right call. It's a goaltend. And Assumption, again, wanting to create here, full court pressure, and it's broken on a long pass. 3-on-2 in the front court, and now Assumption's back on defense. Yeah, up by 13, you don't have to force the issue. If you don't like the look, well then back out, reset. Fading away, tough 2, and it's good. Seidel hit the fadeaway in the first half and was fouled, got a 3-pointer out of it. Hits the fadeaway there, long 3, Matot, no good. Got a one-and-done trip, and then turn the ball over. And a double dribble. They trade turnovers. Elite Auto Care is where Schofield, Weston, and Wausau turn for local, family-owned auto service you can trust. Major and minor repairs, foreign and domestic vehicles. Look to Elite Auto Care, Schofield Avenue, Schofield. So after all that, Newman still has the ball, and they'll take a timeout. 13:45 to go. Cardinals by 15 on Zaleski Sports.
When buying or selling land, the biggest decision you make is choosing your representation. Whitetail Properties is the top real estate company for selling hunting land, recreational properties, and farms. Our nationwide network of sportsmen, farmers, and investors offers a great opportunity for you to capitalize on the true market value of your property. In central Wisconsin, Brian Roosh is your local land specialist and is ready to help you get started on all of your property needs.
Welcome back to Wausau Newman. We're getting all of our Zaleski sports games in tonight. No promises for games played Wednesday or Thursday. We have some winter weather coming in. One of my radio colleagues calls this Wisconsin lasagna. We'll start with a layer of ice, then a layer of snow, then maybe a little more ice on top of that. That's what it looks like we're going to be seeing over the next 48 hours. Boy, Assumption just had a slow start to begin the second half, and it's really harmed them. Knocked out of bounds by Nick LeBerg of the Royals. It'll stay with Newman. All the way into the backcourt, Isaac Seidel. Seidel's had a nice game, 11 points, solid rebounder. Tried to force that into Gustafson, down at his feet, turned over. I mean, because Newman has been turnover prone, that's their 9th turnover in the game, you would think the door is open for Assumption. With a step, scores, and he fouls. Maybe this is where the comeback begins. Wiedmeyer scores. That'll make it a 13-point game, and maybe 12 if he can make the free throw. Connor Cratch fouled him, his second. Beg your pardon, fouls on Quincy Fender, his first. Free throw, no good. Offensive rebound. Manny Schultz is in now, and Schultz immediately delivers a rebound, and then that pass behind him turned over. Tried to get that ahead to Gustafson. It's knocked out of bounds off the Assumption defender. Aiden Spichala comes in for the Cardinals. Schaffler comes out. Ryan Shaw, one of the starters, back in for Assumption. 3-ball, high, arcing, good. Isaac Seidel. So, I mean, the missed free throw, the turnover at the other end, and then Newman sticks the 3. 16-point lead, biggest deficit of the night for Assumption. 12.5 to go in the game. Back out, 3. Boy, do they need this, and they got it. Matot hits his second 3 tonight. He now has 8. Split the defenders, back out. No need to rush here. And foul on the floor against Assumption. We're brought to you by Mutual of Wausau Insurance, protecting homes, farms, and businesses since 1875. Find an agent online, mutualofwausau.com, mutualofwausau.com. Matot's just picked up his 3rd, team's 4th. No, 5th? Yeah, team's 5th. Inbounding underneath, Gustafson. Now that's too easy. Crouch on the basket. He now has 7. Bump, and a foul will be called. Connors just picked up his 3rd. And it's the team's 3rd. This is non-shooting. Wow, open, Cade Stotts, but does not take the shot. 12 minutes to go now. Moving without the ball, got the ball down low, back out 3, baseline, no good. And a loose ball foul called on Assumption as Spichala gets the rebound and was pushed. Foul is on Wiedmeyer. No, I beg your pardon. Manny Schultz, sophomore. And the Cardinals go into the bonus at 11:45. So Newman's going to get a chance to shoot free throws for the rest of the game. Which could be a blessing and a curse. Gustafson rotates down low, big movement without the ball, but was bodied up, goes down hard, no call. I think that's good defense there by Cade Stats. He got a foul down at the other end. Jackson Fender called for his third, team's fourth, and free throws coming up for Ryan Shaw. Auto Select in Wausau on Schofield Avenue in Weston is where you get dependable vehicle repair, service, and tires for 22 years. They have a 3-year nationwide warranty, free roadside assistance. At Auto Select, you're good to go. Auto Select, Schofield Avenue. Royals are 3 of 6 from the foul line. Now 3 of 7. Just harder to come back when you leave points at the foul line. Gustafson, who's been all everything, gets a break. Liam McCarty comes in for the first time. 2 misses at the foul line, and Seidel gets the rebound. And a pass ahead, basket, no, free throws, almost a chance for a 3-point play. Jackson Fender's going to the foul line. He'll shoot 2. Ryan Shaw, an Assumption starter, has just picked up his 4th foul. And suddenly no one can hit their free throws. Shaw goes out. Frank Matot's break was short. He's back in. Fender now 1 for 3 from the line. But it's back to a 16-point Wausau Newman lead. The freshman Schaffler is back in. Spin move, that's pretty, and finishes with the right hand. Nice drive. Under 11 minutes to go in this one. Again, Gustafson's on the bench right now. I'm thinking that he's okay, although on one of his misses, no foul was called, but he went down hard. I think he's all right. Trainer's not working on him. No look underneath. Aiden Spichala, the junior, gets into the scorer's column for the first time tonight. Out of bounds, turned over. So Scheffler had a nice drive the last time, maybe the prettiest drive to the hoop for Assumption tonight, but then turns it over the next time he touches the ball. Freshmen are like that. And you know what? Outside referee steps in, and they're going to keep this with Assumption, so no turnover. Royals need a couple of breaks. To the baseline, tipped. Royals have it, splitting defenders to the rim, no finish from Matot. And then the rebound is turned over. And the teams trade turnovers, and the lead is still 16. And Gustafson, no worse for the wear, comes right back in. Assumption setting up full court pressure. The big man dribbles into the front court and hands it off to Spichala, which is probably what Newman wants. Open for a 3, good. Jackson Fender. So the 16-point lead becomes a 19-point lead at the 10-minute mark. 10-point game at halftime. 19-point game now. Driving in, wild shot. Gustafson, he's just taller, but right up over the head of the Royals player without making contact and secured the rebound. Driving along the baseline in traffic, travel. Culligan Water says, get Culligan Water for $9.95 a month for the first 3 months. How do you do that? You go online, CulliganH2O.com. Visit Culligan Sterling Water, CulliganH2O.com. Royals had 6 guys on the floor until Frank Matot came out. Now it is 5-on-5. Driving, wow, got to finish that. Got to go to the rim there. Jack Wiedmeyer said passed off was going to be a more difficult shot. I'm going to call a foul here instead. Foul is on Spichala, his first. And a turnover on the inbounds pass. And Spichala, who's given some nice minutes off the bench for the Cardinals. Yeah, the Cardinals are not deep, but everyone's been contributing, and they now lead by 21. And another turnover, a hustle play. They're going to say he stepped out of bounds. Yeah. Actually, they'll say Gustafson palmed that ball before he could save it. I mean, all the trends look like Newman short-handed with kind of a makeshift lineup. Going to bump their record for the season up to 6-0 tonight, unless Assumption's got a big comeback in them. And the comeback is not in evidence right now. I mean, Assumption's been falling further behind in the second half. Kind of frustrating for Royals fans. There's the turnover now. Assumption had 7 turnovers in the first half, and now that's up to 11. All alone for a step-back 3, short. It's almost the time in the game where you'd be happy to pull that ball back and run some clock when you've got the big lead you're enjoying now. You don't have to take wild shots. It's a nice drive from Ryan Shaw, who now has 8. Hard bump, no call, turned over. I think I actually like that as a no call because the defender had position. The player with the ball ran into him and turned it over anyways. That's all right. Foul is on Newman. Spichala picks up his second. Both teams will now shoot the 1-and-1 for the rest of the night with 8:06 to go. So this is the last common foul. And that's almost knocked out. Boy, I wonder what the mindset will be for Assumption as they go home tonight. I mean, they know that Newman had injuries without their leading player, so maybe you think you're sitting on a win. Haven't played particularly well tonight. LeBerg misses the 3. Again, Newman has been dominant on the boards. Thomas Bates is in with 4 fouls. He had a touch just a moment ago. While on the reverse, driving in, fading backwards, that's a tough shot. And a miss for Jackson Fender back at the other end. That's a block. Assumption thinks that's a goaltend. That was clean, though. Down at the other end, a basket for Gustafson. I think that was clean. I think it was deflected by the Newman player underneath first before it hit off the backboard. I think that's the right call. It was Bates who got that block. Of course, right in front of the Assumption bench, so they're closer than everyone and had a lot to say about it. And that is blocked by Gustafson. And there's a smart play by Fender. Don't have to push it, didn't have numbers. Under 7 minutes, you back this out. Taking time off is more important than pushing it to the rim and maybe missing. Down low, one-on-one, got the man up in the air, basket and a score, and Newman's in the garden spot right now. Connor Crack scores, and we'll get to the free throw line. And Jack Klatt has committed his 3rd foul. 24-point lead. Assumption senses that the waters are deep now, and they'll take a timeout. Back after this break on Zaleski Sports.
Did you know you can start your 4-year degree locally and get the same college experience closer to home? From the moment you step onto our campus, we'll be there for you, supporting your dreams, saving you money, and giving you a well-rounded academic and social experience with student housing, clubs, sports, and leadership opportunities. With NTC's liberal arts transfer degree, you can start here and go anywhere, including guaranteed transfer to UW-Madison, North Central Technical College. Transferability made easy.
Seamless, without holes, faults, or interruption. The shape of transformation. Seamless unites experience with insight. Seamless is CLA. Putting seamless into practice to help you reach unsummited heights. CLA, the seamless experience.
Back at the Newman Gym, I'm Chris Conley. 24-point lead now and 6:44 left in this one. We're brought to you by Imperial Industries. Join the team at Imperial Industries. You're joining a family. The leading manufacturer of welded tanks, silos, vacuum tanks, and trucks. Apply today. Take advantage of an extensive benefits package, competitive pay, family atmosphere. Imperial Industries. Nick Leberg will get to the free throw line. Gustafson has committed his third foul. No good. The Royals in the second half have not made a free throw. 0 for 5. Just makes the comeback much more difficult. There's one. These are the teams with the 2 best resumes so far this season in conference. And Newman sitting on a blowout win tonight. Baseline hit. Free throws are coming up. Connor Cratch going to shoot a 1-and-1 here. And we're sponsored by Nicolet Bank. Nicolet Bank has personal banking at its best. Locations in Wausau, Stevens Point, Medford, Edgar, Merrill, and Colby. Or learn more online, nicoletbank.com. Leberg is called for his third foul. Stone Innovations has the Winter Blitz sale. With the purchase of a new countertop, get a free installed stainless steel sink or 10% off tile backsplash and labor. One more coming. Check out the discounts on flooring, too, at Stone Innovations. The Winter Blitz offer is at Stone Innovations. See it online, too, stoneinnovations.net. .25 game. Driving in too hard for Matat. Nothing's going right for Assumption. Baseline 3, sure didn't need that. Anthony Hoffer should have pulled that out, take more time. This is kicked. I think that's off of Newman, even though the referee pointed the other way. I think they're going to huddle up, and I think that Assumption's going to keep the ball here. Yes, that's the right call. Newman has outscored Assumption 29-14 in the second half, and Assumption turns it over on the inbounds pass and carried in the backcourt. Driving to the rim. This is a foul before the shot. It'll be a 1-and-1 instead of 2 for Jack Wiedmeyer. We thank our game day sponsors, Era Pancakes, Merrill Iron and Steel, and Jamie Schley, American Family Insurance. Anthony Hoffer is called for the foul. Live on a miss, and it's a miss. The foul shooting, it's like a golfer who slices all the time. Look away, it's bad for you. Set shot, 3, no good. So Hoffer has missed his last 2. And we're going to have a loose ball foul. We're going to walk down to the other end. Foul's on Newman. Elijah, no? No. Foul is on Assumption. Matot has just picked up his 4th. And as bad as Assumption has been at the foul line, Newman's been good. Eight of 11 in the second half. A miss. This possession will bring us under 5 minutes to go in the game. Well, Assumption will get another crack at Newman down at their place later in the year. Just things did not go right tonight. Contested 2, no good. Yeah, Assumption's cold. March gets the rebound. Nice pass from Gustafson, but no finish for Anthony Hoffer, who has missed his 3 shots that he's taken off the bench. Traveling and turned back over. Liam McCarty, sophomore, comes in. Yeah, I mean, Newman will want to get some of their secondary players in here now just because they're missing so many players because of injury. You don't want another starter to get injured in what looks like garbage time in this game now. 4.5 minutes to go. It's a 25-point lead. And Newman feels safe enough to have no starters in at this point, except Gustafson, who's still in. Drive, Gustafson battles, saves it along the baseline. 3, short. Rebound comes out. Hoffer, Gustafson has gone for his 3rd 3 of the night. Tougher look from the baseline. Shaw gets the rebound. Shaw on the drive, and he makes it. Shaw now has 10. Gustafson showing off everything, his dribbling skills, and almost dribbled it out of bounds. Boy, that was kind of a carry, double bounce. LeBerg scores anyway. Well, the last 4 points have gone to the Royals, but they're still down by 22, and there's 3.5 to go. Being bumped and ridden off the floor. Now they're going to say that's out of bounds. Sure looked like LeBerg was riding Gustafson, and no foul called. Gustafson's out now. Royals have the ball with 3.5 to go. Splitting defenders again. Tough look on the continuation. The basket will count. And a free throw coming up. Spicella has just committed his 3rd. Lobner's first points of the night. He gets the basket. And he completes the 3-point play. .19-point lead. Yeah, Newman doesn't have a lot of starters in now. So, I mean, they're running offense. And what you really want to do is keep this on the perimeter. Maybe you play for a backdoor cut, play for something underneath. 3 minutes to go. Again, any foul, double bonus now. So Newman will shoot 2 for the rest of the way. Tough shot. No good. Offensive rebound on the weak side. Reversing and missing at the rim is Lucas Hiffner. Coming back the other way and missing. No finish for Nick Leberg. Although Newman had an empty trip the last time up the floor, they did take time off the clock. Now we're at 2:15. It's tipped out by the Royals player. Newman will inbound underneath. 2:11 left. Whitetail Properties says for the best in recreational or hunting properties, call Brian Resch with Whitetail Properties. Share your goals. Brian can tell you where and how to make it a reality. Call 715-213-4468. Double bonus coming up here. That's Whitetail Properties, 715-213-4468. And Frank Matot has just fouled out. 8 points. Jack Klatt will come in. Connor Cratch shoots 2. He's 6 of 7 from the foul line tonight. 6 of 8 now. Speak to the Newman coach, and we'll see if we can get Eliza Gustafson to come over for post-game coverage. Nasonville Dairy post-game to follow our Zaleski Sports play-by-play. Connor makes 1 of 2. Newman safe now. 20-point lead, 2 minutes to go. Just waiting to determine the final score of this one. 3 ball, missed everything. Yeah, that kind of night for the Royals. Thomas Bates with his 4 fouls will come back in. The foul trouble today is kind of limited Bates' playing time. Connor Cratch comes out. I've got him with 12 points unofficially. Picked his pocket from behind. Fender turns it over. And the Royals give it right back. Now we've got a whistle. Carry. Players are looking around. They're not sure what the call is. Thomas Bates said something, and I think what the official said to him was, look at the game situation, look at the scoreboard. A minute and a half to go. A countdown to victory for Wausau Newman tonight. I'm not sure how many times Assumption's going to be held below 40 points this year. It may happen tonight. Double bonus. 2 free throws coming up as the clock stops with 1:14 to play. Thomas Bates complained about the turnover, and he'll watch from the bench for the rest of the night. Bates has not scored and goes to the bench with 5 fouls. Cade Stetz makes his first free throw. Gets them both. Well, this one's not going down easy. We've got a lot of fouls down the stretch. Jack Wiedmeyer called for that foul, and a double bonus down at the other end of the floor. Jackson Fender. Back to a 20-point lead. Aces on the scoreboard, 1:11 left. Contested in traffic, more free throws. This time Blake Lobner goes to the line. Seems like every trip down we're having a foul now. Aiden Spicella, who's not even a starter, has picked up his fourth foul. Lobner's made both of his free throws and has 5 points tonight. 1 minute to go. Newman, 6 games, 6 wins, and they'll go to 3-0 in conference. Beg your pardon, they'll go to 4-0 in conference with this win tonight over Assumption. A 16th turnover, a basket, and a foul. Ryan Shaw has scored. And with 42 seconds left, he'll try to complete a three-point play. And Aiden Spicella has just fouled out, 4 points. That's a lot of fouls for someone who I think was only on the floor for one shift in the first half. No matter. All the trends are positive here. The 3-point play is completed for Shaw. Shaw's going to lead the Royals tonight with 13 points in defeat. It's a 15-point game, and that doesn't really reflect how the game played in the second half. Inside, turning, scoring is Liam McCarty. First points for him. 15 seconds to go. Congratulations to Wausau Newman. They are deserving winners tonight. Three ball, no good, and that's going to do it. Our final score, 61-44. Newman stays perfect, and for Assumption, their second loss of the year, they fall to 3-2 overall. Elijah Gustafson, high man, 18 points. That concludes our play-by-play coverage here on Zaleski Sports. Stay with us for the Nasonville Dairy post-game show. Nasonville Dairy, fresh cheese curds made daily. Get your curds at Nasonville Dairy, Marshfield, Curtis, online, nasonvilledairy.com. Again, repeating our final, Wausau Newman over Assumption, 61-44. I'm Chris Conley. Down to the court we go for some post-game interviews next on Zaleski Sports.
Nasonville Dairy, family owned and operated, bringing you fresh cheese curds made daily, along with many other varieties of Wisconsin-made cheeses and treats. Don't forget to check out our cheese and sausage trays for your upcoming parties and cheese and sausage gift packages for the holiday season or any other special occasion. Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on US Highway 10, nasonvilledairy.com. All right, so we're here with Kim Hyman. Kim, Nasonville Dairy, 125 years in the making. Tell us about that.
You know, it's fantastic. It was the first plant built in Wood County back in 1885. Sal Nason and his family came here, and they started a small dairy plant. Eventually that plant burnt down, but then they rebuilt onto this same facility, and our family moved here in the late 60s in 1968 and took it over from there, and it's been just a fantastic growth. Great community, great people we have working for us. Oh, it's an open market. It's huge. You know, the opportunity for the diversity in the cheese industry is fantastic, and you have to be that way in order to sell a lot of product. And so we've got a great group of people working on the research and development side for us. So it's been really fortunate for us. Oh, right. We have 185 farm families that market their milk through us here at Nasonville Dairy. And we are so lucky we have like the best dairy farms in not only in central Wisconsin, but in the United States, marketing milk through us. So we're just really fortunate on that side.
Actually, we started in 1968. Our father brought us here from another cheese plant in Wisconsin. We had come from the cheese business. We've always been in the business. We had moved around the state in different parts. He brought us here about that time. The plant ran 7,500 pounds of milk at that time, and now runs about 1.5 million a day. So. We originally started out with making cheddar, and now we make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmers cheese, pizza cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Friar, Seco, Parma, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Cafetieri, Cafla Graviera, as well as making some Gouda Edam and a little bit of Munster on occasion.
I'm Chris Conley. We're courtside as Wausau Newman defeats Assumption 61-44. Coach, the bench looked like a rehab unit for a while, so you're missing a lot of pieces, which makes this an even nicer win.
Yes. What I'll say is the kids really compete. They play their tails off, and like I told them after the game, we're a very physical team that's getting better and better inside, and I enjoy watching them play.
You know, it's something that it's a subtle part of the game. I thought you were dominant on the boards tonight. Not a lot of second chance looks for your opponent. I thought that was one of the keys to victory.
We just talked about that after the game. We contest so many shots. We clean up the boards. We need to do a better job taking care of the ball a little bit. But when you see the kids dominate the boards, contest every shot, get on the floor, it's great to see.
And the mindset was good. Nobody was hanging their heads, oh, we're missing some players, so it's going to be a tough night. Came out and played well.
No, because we have great senior leadership. These seniors are special. They're all leaders. They all lead differently, but together they're one really tough, athletic, physical group.
Coach, enjoy your victory tonight. Congratulations. Let's spend a moment with Eli, who I have for 18 points. Hit a couple of threes, had some big rebounds. You're doing a little of everything. Even holding their breath when you were ball handling too.
Yeah, I mean, I clearly can't ball handle very well. I'll have to work on that this next week. But
I think this is just a good showing. I mean, we can do stuff without Mason too. I mean, he's our rock. You know, he's our leader. But it shows, you know, we come together as a team when we are missing certain pieces. And I think that's a big part of the game as well.
Just watching the game, I thought you were a matchup problem for them. They didn't have somebody they could really put on you. Either had your size or your length there. And I thought you feasted at some points in the game.
Yeah, I knew that past years I've done pretty well against Assumption. I knew that I was going to have a little bit of height on them. But I knew that I was going to have to crash the boards and just keep working hard inside to get the boards and get up easy shots and that kind of thing. But then I had a couple deep shots, which I was kind of shocked myself that they went in. But, you know, whatever's falling. So
is the bench saying, no, and then yes.
Yeah, coach tells me not to shoot too much because he's not overly confident in my shooting ability. But everyone was juicing the bench. We got great bench energy, and that's a good thing. That carries us.
18 tonight and a quality win. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, that's going to wrap up our game coverage. Final score again, Wausau Newman defeats Assumption 61-44, and the Cardinals have won their first 6 games of the season, 4-0 in conference. That's going to wrap up our Zaleski Sports coverage tonight. From Newman Catholic High School, I'm Chris Conley. Good night, everybody. Hold that and wait till my camera guy gives you the thumbs up.
I'm Eli Gustafson, and I'm in the house.
Thanks a lot. Congratulations. Thank you, Coach.